Bueno, a ver qué tienes para mí, tú.
Greetings, citizen. Imperial Captain Sen at your service. Are you one of the mercenaries come to help me track down some criminal scum?
Mientras tengas moneditas de plata, y das por hecho que soy una mercenaria normal.
Come now, you have the look of a warrior about you, and there's nothing common about that. Admittedly, you don't resemble the ones described to me, but they're several days late. No doubt they'll blame it on the foolish ghost stories.
Parece que esos mercenarios me han cedido su labor.
I need help tracking down a pair of criminals. Are you interested in a little well-paying work?
Me interesa, dime qué hay que hacer.
These two scoundrels have eluded my best efforts, so I'm turning to bounty hunters. It's harder to run when your pursuers are not in a uniform.
This could be an entertaining diversion, and a good way to earn some extra silver.
Tú lo dijiste.
I'm searching for an arsonist and a notorious confidence man. Find and eliminate either one, and there's a standard bounty in it for you.
¿Y dónde se supone que debería empezar a buscar? Soy demasiado buena para las tarifas habituales. Ofréceme algo mejor.
Do you people have some sort of code that requires each one of you to bargain about this sort of thing?
Es un RPG después de todo. Por lo que parece, es habitual que malgastes el dinero del ejército. ¿Con quién tendría que hablar de ello?
Ah, excellent. I haven't heard that one before. On sheer creativity, you've made your point. I'll add an extra percentage to both bounties and find some way to justify the extra cost to the Ministry of Harmony.
Por ese precio estoy encantada de ayudar.
A wise decision. The two criminals are Fading Moon and Creative Yukong. Fading Moon is an arsonist who was last spotted heading for the necropolis. Creative Yukong has virtually disappeared, though we may be able to learn something from Lady Rento, the wife of the man Yukong bilked. She's in the Imperial arena.
Quiero que me cuentes más acerca de Luna Menguanti.
Fading Moon is an arsonist. Her first fires were in the poor quarters, but her last one spread to the Market District Gate. Last we heard, she'd escaped to the necropolis.
¿Puedo ver la escena del crimen?
The gates between here and the poorer districts will be closed for some time while repairs are underway. There's nothing particular about the scene of the crime, just ash.
¿Y por qué no has hecho nada para capturarla antes?
Well, as I said, she confined them to the poor districts. She would have been impossible to catch in that rat's nest. More frankly, there isn't enough money to make it worth my effort.
¿Y qué me dice Yukong el creativo?
Yukong fleeced some silver from Lord Rento, a powerful man in the Ministry of Harmony. Yukong is a master of disguise, and he has hidden himself somewhere in the city. Lord Rento is away on court business, but his wife informed me that she'd be in the heart of the Empire in the Imperial arena if we needed her. You could start there.
¿Y qué me puede decir?
She knows the details of the theft better than I. Lord Rento was reluctant to discuss them. Yukong could be anywhere or anyone, and Lady Rento is the only lead we have.
Debo irme.
Right you are. Remember to keep an eye out for anyone suspicious.
Ahora empecé.
This gateway isn't as busy as it used to be. People are
No me hables. Quiero irme por ese lado. ¿Qué carajo? Ah, está bien. ¿Y dónde queda la necrópolis esa que dicen?
If you think you've seen this person, you must report it to the authorities.
Vamos a ir a la palestra entonces.
Once. It is
Uy, está
your
por allá.
duty.
A la palestra imperial. Discusiones. Son todos muy conflictivos.
That's why my men brought you to me. I wanted to finish this personally.
But
Don't even try to make this better. You should have won that fight, Zhang, but you suddenly developed that blind spot, didn't you? Did the glint of silver get in your eye?
Joe, honestly,
You needed something for to witness one?
Yes, I need to speak with you in private. It seems Warrior Zhang has decided to retire.
No traigas tu cobardía
I'm
aquí.
finished here. If you're here to fight, do what they tell you.
Apártate de mi camino, perro. Tu debilidad me repugna.
You think you're tough enough for the Imperial Arena, do you? Well, why not prove it? I'll never be allowed to fight in here again, that's for sure. Guess my spot in the roster is yours if you want it. Go find Kui, the promoter, if you think you can fill my shoes. He's always upstairs in the third room over or so, and looking for new blood. I'm taking what I have left from my winnings and leaving.
You looking for someone? Try. I should...
You? What could you possibly want? You're not here to bet, are you?
¿Apostar?
Betting's only open when there's a match on, and right now, I don't see hundreds of people screaming at me, so I can assume there's no match on.
Te dejaré que sigas ahí donde estás.
Good, you do that. I need all the quiet I can get before the matches start. Have to build it up so I don't go insane when the crowds come.
Una tril. Observa estas palabras con reverencia, pues representan una pequeña parte de la historia de la más gloriosa competición de la palestra. El saqueador letal, frío y preciso, el saqueador no habla y la multitud le trae sin cuidado, pero nadie puede poner en duda su mortal fuerza. Es tremendamente popular entre los miembros más sedientos de sangre de nuestra concurrencia, y en sus escasos combates siempre se agotan las entradas. Buey furioso. Toda la ciudad imperial recuerda con afecto a Buey Furioso, nuestro recientemente retirado campeón imperial de sonrisa fácil y famoso por sus bromas dentro y fuera del ring. La leyenda de Wei perdurará durante generaciones. Kai Lan, la serpiente. El fenomenal control de la magia de Kai Lan y su intensa capacidad de concentración le convirtieron en uno de los más grandes campeones que han honrado el ring de la palestra imperial. Frío e insensible, Kai Lan complacía al público, fomentando una relación de amor-odio que ha perdurado hasta el día de hoy. Tauran.
Welcome! It's always good to see a new face at the counter. If you've got silver to spend, I'll be happy to help you out.
¿Tú qué haces?
I'm known as Thunderous Tauren, and you are my most honored customer right now, so you have all of my attention.
¿Tienes algo que pueda interesarme?
You look like a warrior to my eye, probably not fit for the odds and sods the usual patrons might pick up.
Cuéntame más sobre la palestra.
The man to see is named Kui the Promoter. He knows everything there is to know about this place. Might even be looking for a new body to fill out the roster. This could be your chance. If you're interested, he's usually up in his office, up and around to the back.
De momento nada más.
Stop by again. Miniature Ravager hoods for the kids are coming in any day now. You know you'll want two.
¿Dónde estás, Kui? Kui.
In 3 years of travel...
Silencio. Yo, Kui.
No woman can resist the alluring gaze of lustful Lao. I can say good morning in 7 dialects. Which would you prefer I use tomorrow?
Ninguna. Déjame en paz, asqueroso hijo de una cerda.
You know, they say pigs have incredible stamina. Consider that for when you return, because Lustful Lau knows his little peach will come back sooner or later.
El atrevimiento.
Woyoir apawa fau. Ir tsunkut toiruk.
¿Cómo podría ir mal la taberna estando en el mismo edificio que la palestra? En este momento no necesito nada.
Sunkut no kapir.
¿Dónde está ese qui? ¿Dónde era el qui? ¿No es qui? Hay perros shih tzu por todos lados. Y otro tigre. Apreciado cliente, pese a que valoramos tus negocios, el personal del corazón del imperio te ruega educadamente que no metas tus narices en nuestros asuntos. Para asegurarnos de que no vuelvas a tratar de fisgonear en nuestras recetas, te adjuntamos un fragmento recientemente descubierto en azul. Pierna de lam. Este saludable plato fue preparado por primera vez después de que Yu Lam, el cazador, diese con nuestra comunidad. Entre 5 y 10 comensales utilizar una sola pierna, la otra se puede guardar en vinagre para más tarde o hacerla lentamente y ahumarla para que se conserve. Para grupos más numerosos, utilizar ambas piernas de un ejemplar adulto. Hervir las piernas en un gran recipiente durante 2 horas con los siguientes ingredientes: 20 medidas de agua corriente, 3 cucharones de sal, media taza de romero, 3 tazas de vino condimentado, si es posible utilizar vino de verano pues es el mejor, 3 cebollas, 4 dientes de ajo enteros y una pizca de jengibre. Cuando salte media hora de cocción, añadir algunas patatas peladas y puerros. Puede servirse con el hueso o fileteada. Muchas recetas de cocina hoy. A ver, cocino, jefe. No quiero. Quiero hablar con Kui, pero no lo encuentro por ninguna parte, el maldito.
If you're here to play,
I was wondering if you'd wander over here to test your luck. It's hard to resist the rattling call
No,
of the
odio los
dice,
dados.
isn't it? Gambler Dowson's the name. I run the straightest dice in the Imperial City. I wouldn't want to feed my children with tarnished silver, would I? Good odds and fair play. That's how I keep them coming back.
La verdad no me interesan los juegos de hacer.
You're not here to play? What did you want to talk to me for then?
No estoy aquí para jugar, debo marcharme.
You take care of yourself and come back soon to the best game in the city.
Qui. Qui. Sí, vago.
this is my spot and I'm not moving.
Lo que digas. Lady Rento, vos te estaba
Don't
buscando.
you just love the Imperial Arena? No other place like it in all of the Jade Empire. Were you looking for me? I'm Lady Rento, and I was expecting someone sent by Captain Sen.
Te pareces a la misteriosa enmascarada. He venido a hablar de Yukang el creativo.
Oh, poor Yukong. Captain Sen's still willing to do my husband's bidding and hunt him down, is he? I swear, my husband is insufferable. Yukong's a harmless aspiring actor who asked me if I would act as his patron. Since my husband was away from the city, again, I accepted and gave Yukong a moderate stipend. I thought he was charming.
¿Tienes alguna idea de dónde podría encontrar a Yukang?
I would wager that you'll find him in the Scholars' Garden. Yukong was going to try out for that new play.
¿Y dónde queda eso?
It's going to be put on soon in the Golden Way, I'm told. Should be exciting to watch. Yukong was going to try out for a role as a scholar, so he may be using his costume to hide in the garden. He's not much of a scholar, so you should be able to spot him.
¿Y por qué se persigue a Yukang por esta fe?
That was how my husband presented the situation to the authorities. He didn't want to face the shame of supporting a humble actor. My husband's a fool, but when he lowers his head, All I can do is let him charge and hope he rams something solid enough to slow him.
¿Cuánto le diste?
Probably less than my husband is putting forth as a bounty for poor Yukong. That young man doesn't deserve this.
Debería dejar que siguieras con tus cosas.
If you happen to find creative Yukong, do go easy on him, would you?
No puedo hacerte promesas.
The poor boy did nothing wrong, and my husband is being unusually cruel to him. Good luck with your search. I have to get back to the estate, so much to do.
Qui. No. Risa pasible.
Forget it, lady. I stick with male clients, and right now I'm on Judge Fang's payroll. He doesn't like me branching out to make money on the side. Unless you're into something twisted, then he might want to watch. Fang's always looking for some new perversion to make his little soldier stand at attention.
¿Quién eres?
My name is Gentle Breezes, but everyone just calls me Breezes now. I guess you lose your gentle side when you spend too many nights with Judge Fang. Fang's my benefactor, if you know what I mean. I do all the things that make him happy. Filthy, nasty things. But at least that sick bastard pays well.
¿Quién es el juez Fang?
Judge Fang's the head of the Ministry of Harmony. He's sitting in the next room with his guards. Likes to come and watch the arena fights. The blood and the beatings in the ring get his fever burning for later. Sometimes that bastard takes it out on me. Other times he makes me take it out on him. He doesn't seem to care either way. There are few things more twisted than Judge Fang's idea of a fun night.
Fang no te gusta mucho, ¿verdad?
I hate him. He's a vile, repulsive deviant. He likes to hurt. When things are bad, a man like that leaves scars, emotional and physical. Look, I've been around. I know people do strange and disturbing things behind locked doors. But nothing like this. There's no act too brutal or shameful for Judge Fang. He's into all sorts of things, and he's no stranger to pain. I know that all too well.
¿Por qué trabajas para él?
I've thought about quitting. Every night. But I heard what happened to the last girl who tried to leave Fang. He's not the kind of man you just walk away from. He sees me as a possession. His possession. He's not just going to let me go. He's got the wealth and power to find me wherever I run.
Pues métele.
I'm stuck with Judge Fang until he's tired of me. I've come to accept that. It's a hard, grim fact. But at least he pays well.
Yes.
Good. Let me rest. I've got a feeling I'm in for a long night tonight.
Este es el qui. Espectador. Guardia de Fang.
Whoa, back up a bit there. Judge Fang doesn't like people blocking his view of the arena. Even a pretty lady like you. You might make him miss out on someone getting their nose broken, or their leg, or even their skull. He was just saying that there hasn't been a good skull fracture for at least a week. It's put him in a foul mood.
¿Puedo hablar con el juez Fang?
Not without an appointment. His schedule's full for the next month. All the ministers are coming in from the outlying towns to make their reports. If he's not meeting with a minister, he's relaxing here, hoping to see somebody beaten to a quivering pulp in the ring, or maybe torn apart by one of the animals. Yeah, that or he's taking a break with Breezes. Poor girl. No amount of silver is worth what she does for him.
Si me dejas hablar con Fang, haré que te valga la pena.
Forget it. I won't go into details about what Fang did to the last guard he caught taking bribes, but restraints, starving dogs, and gravy on certain parts of the body were involved. Fang watched the whole thing, laughing all the while, and when it was done, he went upstairs with Breezes for a little relaxation. Poor girl.
Parece que es un tipo enfermo y retorcido.
I wouldn't call him sick and twisted. That's an insult to sick and twisted people everywhere. Fang's on a whole other level. I never used to believe the stories, but now that I'm working for him, I can honestly say he's the most degenerate and perverted man in the whole Empire. But he pays well, very well. Enough so that we pretend not to see what's going on, though.
Ya me tienes harta con Brisa. Me voy.
Good idea. Come back next month. Fang might be taking appointments by then.
No está aquí. Oh, hay mucha gente para hablar, ¿eh? Cana la carmesí.
Tawir nis tu kuiruk. Ayer fun. Soir wu nisir tintina yewir. Wo ifuir uk sunurk danowe na wafta tasiruk. On we pifir.
Salta a la vista que este lugar no te guste. ¿Por qué no te marches?
Uk wiro ni sayir tatasiru yu. Wo nawir sir fu ni winyanakan.
Siempre estás pensando esas necesidades tan aburridas. Es patético.
Wono wiri fuiro tarir no ka sisayir na workwork tanti.
Eso es todo.
Wo yo wir Shakespeare woso.
Doctora Ann. Están gesticulando.
Tolerable. One more mistake, Qui, and I'll have you retired. Finding someone else is your problem.
But...
Enough. Find a solution and leave me alone.
This is not an approbate time to... Wait a moment. You have the look of a fighter about you. Those hands, that stance, even your eyes. I'd know that look anywhere. You must be here to join the most glorious contest in the Empire. Isn't it fortunate that Lucky Cho and I were just discussing how this place needs an M-fusion of new blood?
The fighters here are skilled, but you would fare better than many of them. I hear the winnings are lucrative as well.
Come with me a moment, and we'll engagitate in some dissertation about the best decision you'll ever make.
Qué extraño. Ese bigote.
This is turning out to be an excellent day. Most ostentatious.
¿Favoreciente? ¿Le das patadas al diccionario a propósito? ¿O por estupidez?
I apologize if I'm using words beyond your grasp. Very few people can match either the supply or the command of my language.
En serio, estás confundiéndote de palabras y eso te hace parecer idiota.
Don't get frustrated. Everything I say is perfectly cromulent, and it might do you well to embiggen your vocabulary before you fling accretions by discretion. A single glance tells me you are a remarkable woman with the perfect mix of strength and grace to grab a crowd's imagination.
Si tú lo decís. Tú sigue examinando así y vas a ser a ti a quien tenga que despertar, perro.
The question is, can you fight? Are you worthy of the arena? I say the answer is a clarion and resounding yes. I've heard that you were asking around and talking to some of our best and brightest. Your interest tells me all that I need to know about you. What say we get you signed up for the greatest attraction in all the Empire? The arena awaits.
¿Nos convertís en una muerte?
Do you have any idea how much paperwork I have to do when a contestant of the Empire's finest tournament dies? Wards and spells have protected fighters in this place since its construction. It's been easily 20 years since they failed.
¿Y si alguien tratara de eliminar las protecciones?
I'm no sorcerer, but I suppose it could happen. Still, any magically inclined person would notice something like that. Even if someone removed them, the protections would reweave themselves automatically in time. They've done so before.
Si me escribiera en la palestra, ¿con quién me enfrentaría?
You will face the flashing blade of Crimson Kana, the stern resolve of Iron Soldier, and the, troublesome triumvirate of the Sung Brothers. If you defeat these veterans, you will face the Ravager, our newest champion, who tore his way through the divisions to replace the now retired Raging Ox. Go ask them yourselves if you want to know more. Hapless Hans faced more than a few of them too, if you want his perspications.
Quiero escribirme.
That's the spirit of the thing. Now, what name precedes you in your travels?
¿Eh? Me llamo Egregia, prevaricadora, respetada, erudita y cultivadora de hierba para pipa. Me consterna que no hayas oído hablar de mí.
I've heard that one before. Have you any idea how many board students peramputate down here from the Scholar's Garden? Think of something that would sound engaging, ringing down from the rafters. That's how we'll bill you.
Escríbeme como Fénix de Plata.
Silver Phoenix. Silver Phoenix. Conjures up quite
Muy
a
segura.
Are you certain?
Muy. Sí, es lo que quiero.
Then that is what you shall have. Come and tell me when you're ready for a fight and I'll get you started.
Hecho.
Since you're new, you'll start in the qualifying rounds. The money's small at that level, but it's there. Any other questions?
¿Eso es todo lo que necesito saber?
One other thing. You should talk to the other fighters now and then. They will be watching you, and you should get to know them as well.
We're all one big happy family.
Te dejaron la cara como nuevo.
Big happy idiot.
As you can see,
Le
they
hacen
always
bullying.
have something to say.
¿Qué podéis contarme del campeón de mi división?
Han isn't a champion exactly, but he's solid enough that all fighters must beat him before they can leave the qualifiers. I like Hapless Han personally. He never quits trying. Reminds me of a young me trying to clamber my way up from the streets. He'll go far, you rest assured.
Bueno, supongo que después vamos a proseguir con los combates. No necesito nada más por ahora.
I must say, I'm disappointed. You're ready to start your career, but you walk away. Insuspicious beginnings, my friend.
Y acá abajo que hay aquí. Jaula de criaturas. Es una jaula de criaturas sin criaturas. Sin nombres. Nombres escaneados, cielo. Este lugar es un fraude.